Hi, I'm James.
And I'm Emme.
And welcome back to the Bestiary, Quarantine Edition. Monster Manual A through Z. And our guest this week, Emme, is...
It is the Cloaker.
The Cloaker.
Yum, 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 yum.
Gliding stingray-like predators from the Underdark with a horrible, gnarly face. Can we start with the horrible, gnarly face?
Absolutely, and your far more elegant description of them is better than my sounds. But alternatively, based on the art, I really do think that's the sound these elegant creatures kind of make in my mind. This guy's ugly.
Yeah, I mean,
Woo-hoo!
Initially you're looking at the art and it's kind of like, oh yeah, you know, it's a flying stingray kind of thing. I get it, but like, stingrays are kind of cute. And then you end at the front of this thing and it's just got like those vicious looking beady little eyes and rows of sharp, jagged teeth. And,
I think the secondary teeth underneath the jaw are really the thing that gets to me. Like this secondary grabby bit that comes down off the side of its head that's intentionally just there to glom on you. It's... whoo! And the shape of this mouth, it's the... what are those? The anglerfish. The deep sea anglerfish?
Yeah.
With that deep hooking jaw.
Why is it that so many things that live in places where there is no light just look absolutely horrendous?
They look like they belong there, and we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that stay away feeling, and the Cloaker definitely has that please stay away from me feeling, or otherwise I will eat you, which is indeed his goal. Eating you's the goal.
Indeed. And of course, unless it's moving, it is indistinguishable from just a kind of leathery piece of material. It's probably hanging out on the ceiling of a cave in the Underdark or some such place. They remind me of Minox from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, with that kind of like giant leathery feeling, and then we're gonna latch onto it feeling. Yeah, and you know, it's also I'm imagining it would be kind of hilarious in a very sick and dark way that you're wandering through the Underdark. You're on edge, everything is really tense because you're in this very scary situation. You look up and you're like, why is there a cloak on the ceiling? That would be such a funny thing to me, that's what it disguises itself as, is a piece of clothing. It's very funny.
and as we've mentioned before, there are plenty of adventuring parties that have a tendency to not look up.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where this guy is going to hide, because he wants to drop on your face.
And hiding he is good at, you know, plus 5 to stealth. And if it gets advantage on its attack against you, for example, by being hidden, there's a chance it's going to wrap itself around your head and try to suffocate you.
That's right. It really wants to go for the head. So if it has advantage because it got a sneak attack on you, it will grab onto your head and you're going to be considered blinded and I believe deafened, correct?
Blinded. Blinded. And unable to breathe.
Oh, Lord, that's so much worse than deafened.
Yeah.
He really upped the ante on that one. And if he doesn't manage to attach onto your head, he'll just attach to you anywhere, and then he'll wrap around you, and then he has advantage on his next attack. And so there's this image of this very large creature just kind of like crawling up you to try to get to your head, which is also really horrible. And that also brings up another thing about this guy is it's a large creature. It's not some little thing hanging from the top of the ceiling. It is large. It is big.
I first looked at this and I thought, oh, you know, probably medium, maybe even small. Maybe it's the kind of thing that you get in swarms. No, it's big. It's like as big as a horse.
Whew. Goodness, that's awful. And it is intelligent. So this guy can speak, but it speaks deep speech and undercommon, but it's not really its main goal. It moans and it speaks to other cloakers in moans, which is again just gives you some fun ideas for the DM to role play.
Yeah, which I think both of us find a little bit odd because it's pretty clear in the manual. Yeah, it knows these languages, it understands them, presumably can speak them, but doesn't really tend to speak. And if they're aberrations, they, you know, are not exactly a naturally occurring creature. So, like, what's the deal with these guys? Where are they from? Why are they so intelligent?
I really feel when I'm reading this entry that there's almost something that I'm missing. And if you, the viewer, know a little bit more about Cloaker mythology, you should definitely tell us down below, because we were reading over this and we both pondered that a little bit, that it's very intelligent for something that's just there to eat you. There's mention that they're generally loners, that they usually don't hang out in groups, that occasionally a group of an area of them will meet, and that is just a horrible idea. For me, I can imagine that very fun situation where a DM throws this at a much higher group of adventurers, where you run into one of a meeting of these things. Good lord! But that they rarely meet. They don't really have a society, but they're that intelligent, and I really feel like there's something I'm missing there.
Yeah, there is. I also get the sense that there is like a key piece of information that just makes these things make sense, or maybe there isn't, and they're meant to just be kind of, weird and unsettling.
Maybe, and I mean, maybe that's also something that the DM can fill in themselves too. I mean, these guys are a challenge rating 8, so it's not something that you're going to be seeing at a lower level where you're just randomly encountering these things. It's going to be a higher level encounter, so it does give the DM a little bit of leeway to figure out what cloakers mean to them in their world. And there's definitely some fun there. And going on to that, the aberration thing, this is also still a magical alien creature. It can frighten you with that moan. From a more technical perspective, the moan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. And unless it can't, other aberrations are immune to this moan, which is, again, really just weird.
What's up with that? Why? Yeah.
So you can become frightened of its moan, and it also has those phantasms.
Yeah, which is another thing. It's like, how can it do that? Because it's a magical effect. It creates copies of itself, or at least mirror images of itself. It can essentially, as like a racial ability, use the mirror image spell. And these things mimic its movements and are indistinguishable from the real thing. And so this isn't just a run-of-the-mill monster. This is an intelligent thing with magical abilities.
It is a manta ray of mystery. Thank you for joining us this week on The Bestiary. If you enjoyed this video, do us a quick favor and subscribe right here. It really does help us out. And be sure to give this video a like and hit that bell icon. It'll let you know when we put out more videos.
So what do you think the deal with cloakers are? We're still a little mystified. Any thoughts or know anything that we don't, let us know in the comments. We'd really like to hear from you. And if you want to watch some more of our videos, there's one here.
And there's one here. And we'll just see you next week when we talk about the cockatrice.